All right, family, so what we're doing is hardening off our seedlings. I have all of my seedlings out here with the exception of those pepper seedlings. I am still debating, watching, seeing if they're going to recover from those low temperatures that they got exposed to. Now you may be wondering, why do we harden off the seedlings? So there's something called transplant shock, and that's just exactly what it sounds like. If your seedlings have been grown up indoors under grow lights in a very controlled environment, when they come outside and they're exposed to the sun and the UV rays and the wind and the rain and the elements, that will cause them to shock, and they could potentially die from that. I often find that transplants that do have transplant shock, they may eventually recover, but what that will do is delay the time that it takes for you to reap the benefit of being able to harvest from those transplants. So we try to ease the transition from them growing up in a controlled environment to coming outdoors and being exposed to the elements. That is the benefit and the purpose of hardening off your seedlings. So the way that I harden off my seedlings is I correspond the number of days with the number of hours that they will be in the sun. That is for my more mature seedlings. The tiny ones that have just begun to come up, like I don't even know if you can see very well on in the camera, these will just spend the rest of their time outdoors. We have already surpassed our last frost date, so I feel pretty confident leaving these outside to grow up outside until they go into the garden. But the more mature ones, they will have a harder time adjusting. This is a nasturtium, and it's already kind of struggling a little bit. It's already getting a little leggy. So this is the first day. Now, the first day, they're going to spend the rest of the day outside. We have about 2 hours left of sunlight before the sun sets. So what I'll do is the first day, about 2 hours before the sun sets, I'll put them out. And then tomorrow, I will set a timer. And 2 hours after the sun comes up, the big seedlings, my tomato seedlings, and mainly the tomato seedlings are like the biggest seedlings I have, but I do have some roselle, like this beauty here. This roselle will need to go back inside. So for day one, they get the end of the day. Now starting tomorrow, which is technically day 2, they will get 2 hours of sunlight. So then, like I said, I'll set a timer. I'll look and see what time sunrise is tomorrow. Y'all have to forgive me. Those tent caterpillars are everywhere, and they ride on the wind. Okay, yesterday I almost turned my shed upside down because I had 2 crawling on me. So when I'm outside working, they ride on the wind, they catch a ride on you or wherever they land, and they just give me the heebie-jeebies. So, forgive me. Tomorrow they will have 2 hours of sunlight. The next day, 3 hours, so on and so forth. And I will do that for 10 days. I will look and see what time the sun sets, set a timer, put them outside at the very beginning. I want them to be outside when the sun rises. And then sometimes, like in the mornings, especially when I have to go to work, like when I have to leave my homestead and go to my 9 to 5, if I'm not able to be here when the sun rises, I will do this in the evening. So that's why I sort of introduce them either to the sun rising or the sun setting, but it is totally based on the time that they're, it would be based on the number of hours. The days and the number of hours will correspond, and that just helps me keep track of it. All right, so this is technically day 2. Yesterday was day 1. So these guys are about to get loaded back up to go inside. And everyone's looking pretty decent, I must say. So the smaller trays, like I said yesterday, are gonna stay out here. So I'll show you. Okay, family, today is day 3 for hardening off my seedlings. And I've got the seedlings already on the grow table here. So they will spend the night out here. It is a overcast day, so that's actually pretty good. And they will spend the night out here, and then they will spend 4 hours tomorrow morning outside, and then I'll put them up. I did notice that the taller seedlings are looking a little burnt on the top, and they're also looking, I don't know if it's showing up on camera well, but they're looking kind of yellow. So they're struggling. I'm gonna go ahead and water. Look at this leaf here. These seedlings are really struggling. These are the tomatillos. I'm gonna go ahead and water these guys, and yeah, even the nasturtiums are looking a little sad. I think everything is just exhausted. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just water this in and let them spend the rest of the day out here till day 4. Okay, this is day 4. It's another overcast day. A lot of the plants are sort of like leaning over because I watered them really well last night, and the water pressure just kind of like knocked them on their side. So they're starting to straighten out more as the day goes on. We are at the 4th hour, and I think I will leave them out 1 more hour because I do see the progress from them just kind of, their leaves just kind of drying out, and them pointing upward. Today is day 5, and these guys have been out for a little over 5 hours. I wasn't too worried about it because it is another overcast, rainy day. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys back inside. They probably could stay another hour or several hours because of the overcast. They sure are looking beat up. It's been raining. All right, day 5, 5 hours. We are halfway there. Peace, family. So today is day 7 for hardening off the seedlings. Today I laid my grandmother, Frankie, to rest, and so I did not put the seedlings out this morning. We were laying her to her final rest, and they didn't get the full 7 hours today, but they'll get about 4 hours, and then I'll leave them out through the morning for 8 hours through the day tomorrow. All right, so day 7. Here are the tomatoes. They definitely need, oh my goodness, guys, look at this tomatillo. Oh goodness, trying to fruit. Look at that. That's gonna be a flower right there. It's not focusing on the camera, sorry. There we go, right there. So I'm gonna pinch that off. We don't want that. Look at you with your beat up self. And the rest of the tomatoes. There's 2 trays, the front and the back. And a few roselle plants on this tray as well. Moringa, looking good. And here's some cabbages. I need to get those out of that small tray. Oh man, look at the zucchini. Oh, sorry. Look at the zucchini here. All the peppers are coming through. Some herbs. All these things need to get out this small pot. These small cells and get up potted. Oh man. I'm gonna go ahead and plant out the calendula. And I may even take the nasturtium with me as well. This is hyssop. These here. Here's the calendula I was looking at earlier. It's looking quite beat up. I'm sorry, my camera skills are lacking. I'm excited looking at it. I'm not paying attention to what's on the camera. Here's a coleus that actually I broke off from the mother plant by accident, and I just went ahead and potted it up to see if I could try to save it, which I think she's gonna pull through. And we got some more loofah here, and a bunch of melons here. These are all my small melons. That stuff needs to get up potted too. And here's that tray of tomatoes. And over here, oh man, I need to get these in the ground. Look at this, this is edamame. These just took off with that rain we just had. Some more tomatoes, some more herbs down here. All my herbs coming through. Look at that, lovage, lemon balm, chamomile, borage, some flowers. Oh man. All right, family. So day 8, 9, and today is 10 have come and gone, and it's another rainy day. It has been raining all week, and I had to work off the homestead this week, so I didn't get to transition these guys back and forth like I wanted to, and I can tell they kind of are taking a beating because of it. This is basically sunburn. It was overcast like the majority of the day, but then the sun would come out, you know, at certain parts. So these guys definitely got a beat down, and because of the heavy rains that we had this morning, actually all week really, they're beat up. These plants are beat up. I do still feel very confident that, you know, with a little drying out and some air, because they're all crowded right now, and some fertilizer, I do feel confident that they'll recover. Look, you can see there that those white marks, sunburn. So this tomatillo where we pinched off the little flowers, it is still trying to put on flowers. So I just pinch them off, you know, I just pinch off where the flowers will be so that guy can really just focus on growing, not trying to fruit. And I would do that for any of these little baby seedlings. They need to focus on growing, getting a strong root system, developing strong stems, and then we'll let them focus on fruiting. So I haven't really seen these guys up close and personal for a few days because, like I said, I have been going out to my 9 to 5. Look at these beans. My plan was to only have them in here for a short time, but that didn't work out. So now we got these huge seedlings that we still gonna put in the ground, don't get me wrong. All right. So the hardening off process is basically done. I mean, they've been out here. So this is where they'll stay.